Hello, hello! Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now, today we have a Whiskey with the E. We have something very special. We have something that I bought a long time ago that has just been sitting on the shelf, gathering dust. So, without further ado, let me show you this Dusty. We have Woodford Reserve. This is the 16th series, so the 16th release of the Masters collection. I know it's not really a Dusty, all things considered. Maybe you're picturing an older bottle being a Dusty, but I'm just saying it's Dusty because look at the dust. Whoa. Alrighties, to put things in perspective, look, even this book is just layers of dust. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Alrighties. So for everyone that doesn't know, Woodford Reserve distillery owned by Brown-Forman, the ones that own Jack Daniels, Old Forester, a whole bunch of things. But we're not going to get into all that. We're just going to break down this. We're going to uncork this. I'm going to give you my first impressions. And let me tell you if it's worth the money. Now, I paid originally $180-ish for this a few years ago now. So pretty much this was released in 2020. Let me show you the bottle. All right, so don't be confused that 16, people may look at that and think 16-year-old, but it's actually series number 16, but it does have 17-year-old bourbon in there. Not the whole bottle is 17 years. Let's just say they created a blend. They would have used some older stock mixed in with some new younger stock, kind of like a Bardstown Discoveries kind of series thing. A lot of these companies are starting to do blends, so this is essentially a blend. Alrighties, coming in at the iconic 90.4 proof, which is 45.2%. Now, all Woodford Reserve bottlings come at this proof point, apart from the batch proofs. So, the more barrel proof kind of releases that they do. Now, alrighties. You know what? Let's get this open, and I'm going to have a little read of this little book for you, but let's get it open first, shall we? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited right now. Now this at the moment, if you look on Google, you're going to find it for like $250. I don't even know if it's going to be worth me replacing this bottle, but since I am a collector, I do like to tuck things away. I will need to get another bottle of this. Now, when I first seen this bottle, I thought, man, that looks like a small bottle from this angle, but it's like a hammer. It's like a mallet. There you go. Very interesting, iconic bottle. There's actually a lot of weight to this. That glass on the bottom is actually really thick. You know what? Let's have a little read after we open it. We're going to open it. I'm going to pour some up, and we'll have a little read. Alrighties. Now, let's see. Where do we open it? Alright, we're going to... Sorry about the lighting, guys. I figured I'm going to do this inside the bar because then there's no other smells are going to, make me confused about this. Like I said, this is going to be my first impression, uncorking. Never tried it before. So, for everyone who doesn't know, I never really fully got into too much Woodford Reserve releases. Now, I have tried, the Woodford Rye. I've tried the double oak. I've never tried even their normal bourbon. So this is a special one for me. So pretty much I only got it because the press release is like the oldest stock that they've ever used. So like I said, that 17-year juice that was distilled in 2003, I think it was. Maybe don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 2003. Alrighty, I just want to make a nice cut. Oh. Here we go. There we go. Alrighties, pause for the cork pop. Here we go. Oh, damn. Alrighties. Let's pour some up. Alright, I'm going to let that sit there for a sec. Oh, alright, yeah. Have a look at the bottle, guys, if I haven't already shown you. Alrighties. Now, I'm going to read this book. Here we go. Alrighties. Oh, so for everyone that doesn't know, I read the mash bill. 72% corn, 18% rye, 10% malted barley is the mash bill for Woodford Reserves. Now, there's a bit of tasting notes on that first page, but we're going to skip that. Let's have a little read from here. Alrighties. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Like I said, I will take this outside to a more brighter location, but it's a bit breezy out there, and the different smells of the outdoor environment will affect this nose, I think. Personally, I like to smell things in this bar. Alright, enough of that. I'm going to have a little read. Here we go. Tradition. In the 1830s, our Woodford Country Distillery was the setting for a series of discoveries and innovative practices that would define the bourbon industry for generations to come. For this 2020 Masters Collection release, Master Distiller Chris Morris and Assistant Master Distiller Elizabeth McCall have drawn upon the rich history of that time and their own careers for inspiration. Now, for all those that didn't know, this is the first time that Elizabeth McCall's, now I was going to say signature or something is on here, but I can't seem to see it. I thought her name would have been on the bottle. Anyways. Master Distiller. Oh, here we go. Chris Morris. I thought her name was going to be on here too. Anyways. So pretty much she became the Assistant Master Distiller in 2018. So pretty much Chris Morris is going to slowly step down and let her take the lead. So we're probably going to see a whole lot more of things from her. Alrighty. Okay. Next page. Let's go. Local newspapers from the 19th century highlighting auctions of very fine rare bourbon barrels. The very rare barrels of Woodford Reserve featured in this Masters Collection date back to the first year Morris became our Master Distiller. He and McCall have held them back from inclusion in their standard batching process to integrate this new package. The result is a rich and darkly robust expression of Woodford Reserve bourbon. Alrighties. There you go. We sincerely hope you enjoy the spirit of Kentucky in its most historic expression, the very fine, rare bourbon of Woodford Reserve Distillery Masters Collection. Here we go. I was looking for her signature. There you go. This is the first time her signature and her name's going to be included. There you go. Alright, now, I know this is a lot of buzzwords, alright? There's a whole lot of buzzwords. Normally, when you look at bottles, you look at scotch, you look at bourbon, anything like that, don't get sucked into seeing very rare or rare bourbon, rare scotch, this and that. It's kind of like the Johnny Walker Blue Label. It's just rare, but how rare, you don't even know. You don't even have a age statement. You don't know what's going in there. They just market it out really well. But I thought that's what they were doing here, but I guess they were having a little nod at what the auctioneers used to introduce very fine rare bourbon to be, or barrels of very fine rare bourbon. There you go. Buzzwords, buzzwords. All right. Here we go. Let's get right into it. So, color. Color is nice and dark, guys. I mean, golden amber. Beautiful color. I mean, not too dark, obviously, but I'm kind of worried. Like, you know, guys, I'm a barrel proof kind of guy. I like my bourbon with the least water added into it as possible. But I love my well-aged bourbon. So I'm hoping that the aged element in this, the however many percent of 17 year in this, is going to bring out that age component. So you know what, without further ado, on the nose. Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Oh, I'm getting a slight orange kind of peel note there. A lot of deep, rich, sweet vanillas and sweet caramels. There is a sweet oakiness in this. It's like a dark, sweet oak. Would you call that tobacco-y notes? I mean, keep in mind I do enjoy a cigar from time to time, so I mean, maybe when you're smelling the cigar, you can get notes of something like this. You know what? That is a not bad nose. I mean, for 45.2%, keep in mind, even like with Wild Turkey, I'm always going for the 101 at least, you know, but keep in mind, the Wild Turkey 13, that was a low proof, pretty close to this, and I enjoyed that purely because it's 13 years. But keep in mind, this may have younger bourbon in there mixed with the 17, so let's see how they blended it together. Here we go. Mm. Oh. Oh. All right. This is definitely not for the beginner bourbon drinker. All right. You're not going to justify the price. You're not going to, you know, you might not even like the oakiness, but that is oaky. You can tell that there is some of that 17 year in this, but it's rich. It's sweet. That finish kind of goes into a spicy finish. You know what? That was just the first sip. Acclimation we must get to. So second sip, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh my goodness. Man, that is all. I'm going to have to get more, I think. I'm justifying it already purely because it's, you know, the oldest juice that Woodford Reserve has released to date. And I like well-aged bourbon. I know that there's only a bit of 17 in this, but for the amount that is in this, it's enough for me to get that vibe of it's a well-aged bourbon, if that makes sense. Anyways, second sip, here we go. Mm. Mm. It's like bright, you know, you got those orangey notes, sweet with the vanilla, the caramel. Then I'm getting like mid-palate, kind of heads towards that smoky, that oaky, well-aged sweet oak. Heads out to the finish. You're getting that little spicy finish, but kind of comes back to oakiness as well. You're getting like this smoky, oaky finish with hints of chocolate, like a little real hint of chocolate on the back. Keep in mind, this is just a fresh bottle, uncorkage, you know, so it's a fresh crack. Normally, you might want to open it, let it air out, give it some time, let the oxygen do its thing, but honestly, I just figured however they blended it and then they bottled it for you is most likely how they wanted you to taste it. Well, that's how they created it, you know, and then they bottled it. It's just the extra air time and all that. that does have its benefits. It does smooth off the edges. You know, I like to think of it as it tones down some of those heats or those rough edges. Certain notes can come out. So I'm curious if more of that chocolate is going to come out in the future. But you know what? For what this is, it's beautiful. You know, for 45.2%, that finish is pretty awesome for what it is, guys. Now, keep in mind, I do love barrel proof, like I said, but we have to judge this as in it's only the 90.4 proofer. All right. Sorry about the reflection of this light. So there we go. We have to judge this for the proof that it is released at. You know, compare it to other things that is at this proof point. And honestly, this is awesome. I'm going for another sip. Cheers, everyone. I could smell that all day. Oh. Yep. Second sip, a whole lot more approachable. You know, I guess you got acclimated to it. Not saying it toned down or anything like that. Still beautiful. But this is definitely for someone who loves the oak. I mean, if you like something that is oaky, you like something that is well aged, then you're going to get that well aged elements in this. While it still has that bright youthfulness, you know, on the front end, you know, with those orange kind of peel notes, that vanilla, that caramel's popping, but there is this dark element that just comes in, and my goodness, I'm loving this. Not loving the price, but here we are in 2024. I'm pretty sure I paid 180 for this many of years ago now. Now I can find this for roughly 250. Is that still worth the price? That is a hard one. I mean, I have been doing a lot of my own wood experimentation, if you guys have noticed. So I do bring out this kind of oakiness and woody notes anyway in things that I like to blend. But for something that is made like this and blended to its perfection to be delivered to us as the consumer, they did a good job. It's a good balance of sweet, of rich, sweet oakiness, you know, that age, the youth. It's third sip. I think at this proof point, Woodford Reserve has its market for the people. All right. So Woodford Reserve is definitely for the people that aren't into their barrel proof, or, you know, you're not into something that is just going to be too challenging, too hot, too much heat, might just set your mouth on fire. At this proof point, it's actually perfect. I don't think you need to add in any water to this. I think an ice cube might dilute it too much. That is just personally. But you know what? Maybe I'll go grab an ice cube just to see what it does. Alright, let's go get an ice cube. I'll be back in a second. Here we go. Uh-oh. Pause. Alrighty, back with an ice cube. Let's pour some in. Here we go. My goodness. Alrighties. Now, let me actually read you their tasting notes. What did they get? Aroma. Layers of rich oak, sweet aromatic notes, caramel, brown sugar, yep, chocolate, vanilla merge into a curd tobacco character, brighten with apple fruit. Apple fruit. Oh, yeah. Now, when you think about it, it's like a vanilla custard kind of apple. Taste, very old oak notes sweetened with honey, balanced by a touch of citrus and apple peel and a touch of clove spice. That's that spice that comes on at the end. I mean, I was getting that citrus note. That was probably my orange. But the apple, Now that they say that, I can get it. Anyways, let's try with the ice cube. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you've tried this release. What do you think of it? Do you enjoy Woodford Reserve releases? Let me know in the comments. Oh, that just makes it even more approachable. I mean, that is just a refreshing summer drink. But honestly, I like it the way it was, neat, without the ice cube. I think it took away that spice. It took away more of that well-aged oak. Oh, beautiful either way. Like, comment, subscribe, all. Who's tried it? Who likes this release? Do you enjoy the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection releases? This is my first one and I'm kind of happy. I think I need to try the barrel proof versions though. Anyways, cheers all. Yeah, all the flavors is just way toned down now. But refreshing, beautiful. Maybe a drop of water would go alright. Anyways, I will be recapping on this, do another little review as the bottle opens up some more, see if it changes. But tune back in next time for more thoughts. Much love to you all. I can't believe I cracked this dusty. Like I said, it was dusty. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'll catch you all later. See you all.